gain a psychological advantage over the other here.
It's been quite a weekend of celebration for Michaela. Turned 28 Friday, and then yesterday qualified, and or Sunday qualified, and then was able to celebrate with her brother, as you mentioned. Can she keep it going?
Both women with hands low. Similar styles from the early exchanges. Both keen to dance a bit. There's good punches from Walsh, a bit quicker than Petrova there.
And Rory, we've also noticed, you know, the early part of a bout, the first round sometimes rare, but sometimes we've seen a little bit too much inactivity, and it's now starting to build. It seems some boxers have like stole around with just by coming out and getting busy right away, but now they've seemed to have joined the fray.
Still sizing each other up to some extent.
Yes. You hear the Bulgarian corner.
Less than a minute to go in round one. Hasn't been too much to report so far.
A lot of footwork, I'll give them that. They look good. So now the last minute, you'd think somebody would try to make a late impression to the judges.
The round is definitely there to be won.
It is. Walsh with a couple of shots, and now just some love taps on the head. 20 seconds to go here. Wow, there was a good
crunching left from Walsh. Good footwork and movement and scoring with the jabs.
Walsh has come on. Very little going on in this round, but I would have to say Walsh has been the one scoring.
And avoiding. Petrova.
Yes.
Just stepped out the way of a right, did Walsh, and close round. This is where it comes down to what the judges saw. Petrova was the one coming forward.
Well,
Walsh on the back foot, but
coming forward, but not with intent.
No, I'd agree with that.
And they were both. There's a lot of respect in the ring, clearly.
Yeah.
But you know, if it's judged on who scored, I think I saw Walsh with more scores, but again.
I agreed. I would give that first round to Michaela Walsh, but let's see what the judges made of it.
It should be close. I mean, there may be, 4-1 or 3-2 or something like that.
3 judges giving it to Petrova and 2 to Walsh. Getting a little bit of a surprise, but still plenty of time left for Walsh to reverse the scores.
Round 2. And that's as close to a draw round as you can get. So
right over the top from Walsh at the start of round 2.
I think they've had enough of the feeling out process.
Let's hope so.
It looked that way in the first 10 seconds, and here we go.
More intent from both women in this second round. Is just the quicker to the shot, ever so slightly.
It didn't matter in the first round.
It didn't, no. A bit of wrestling and...
Yeah, that's in another country right now, I think.
Take down for 2 points.
Yes.
There's a right round the corner. That was... decent shot from Walsh, and there's a right over the top from Petrova, so much more activity in the second second 3 minutes.
You can see Walsh trying to do just a little bit of bullying in the clinches there. There's some good body work.
First time we've seen
yes
either woman go to the body. She's got Petrova on the ropes, not for long as Petrova holds on. That was a good left on the retreat from Walsh.
Here we are. This is now vintage, I think, for both. We're seeing what they can do. And it's an interesting, similar style, so maybe this is what you get when neither really wants to be the aggressor. And both trying to counterpunch, but Petrova doing well now.
Yeah, it's definitely a case of the styles cancelling each other out to some extent, and there's that respect you mentioned. 20 seconds to go in round 2. Again, a chance for one of these women to make an impression on the judges late.
Yes.
And there's a good right, and again from Walsh.
Yes. And now she goes back to, she doesn't mind a little lifting and pushing. And there she goes again. And that's it.
No, I think.
Well, I'm in danger because my, and what's that line? You're going to believe me or your lying eyes. Again, I thought barely Walsh was the better, but
I agree. We're in a position, aren't we? If you think Petrova won the first round, you probably think she won the second. Another close round, but I agree with you, Tom. I thought Walsh did enough. This time 4 judges giving it to Petrova, and just the one for Walsh. And that means, by my calculation, Petrova is 2 points ahead on 2 scorecards, and we're all square on the other 3. So the bout is still there for Walsh. If she wins this last round on all 5 scorecards, she'll win on a split decision.
Well, she'll have to really, in order to get all 5, she'll have to really be the better, based on what we've seen.
And she's definitely going for it in this 3rd round.
Again, I'm always wondering if does the corner know, and if they do know the score, are they telling their boxer? There's not much time in that, minute to hydrate and get instruction and then see the numbers come up, so I'm not sure. I know we've seen other events, like the African qualifier, they did have access, and this is a good round.
Plenty of close-up action. We have, I think that's a hair adjustment, is it?
Yes.
Tuck that back in.
Little breather for the 2 of them with 2 minutes to go. We expected it to be close, and it really is. A decisive 3rd round will win it for either, and Petrova could win it with just a modicum of success here.
Yes, we saw in the Africa qualifier someone from the corner actually standing by the scoreboard and sort of relaying it back to the corner. Walsh needs to do a bit more, you feel, if she's going to turn this around.
Well, based on what we've seen, she's going to have to really do a lot more to win on all 5 cards. She'll have to pretty much dominate the last minute and a half. And Petrova's probably too polished to really be dominated at this point. There's a good left right.
It was, as Petrova was falling forward.
Walsh gets a little left on the way out.
inside the last minute now. Neither woman really getting off clean shots in this final round. Walsh has been the busier.
There's a good 1-2. Walsh looks just a little quicker with her combinations.
I think she has done all the way through, and I'm a little puzzled by the scoring. There's a good left at the end of that exchange from Walsh. Is it going to be enough, though?
No, I think if the way she won the first 2 rounds, I think she'll have this round as well. Not really doing much, but both immensely talented and experienced, and I think also the styles being very similar may give it a little bit more of a complexity for the judges. But having come in, if they came in with no reputation and nobody knew who they were, I would have thought the Irish won that. Barely.
Walsh certainly gave the impression that she thought she'd won after the final bell.
She hasn't seen the scores from the first 2 rounds then.
Clearly. Here comes the verdict.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner on points by split decision in the blue corner.
Wow.
Well, she did get every scorecard on the last round.
Wow.
Which didn't really tally with what we saw.
I thought she had a better second round. But it doesn't matter. Somehow leather justice comes through.
Mafiotti, mama
I think it's
videba.
the right result in the end.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't sure she'd done enough in round 3, but the judges thought so.
Well, I think the consummate work of the 9 minutes, she was just a little bit better, but clearly better. And I didn't see it necessarily what we thought she would need in the round 3, but it is what it is. Walsh on to the final tomorrow.
3-2, a true split decision.